Hey everyone, welcome back. Kyle here. Today's date is June 10th, 2024. Jumping into today's news with Apple, they have their WWDC annual event going on this week. They're already starting to reveal some upcoming technology, most notably being Apple AI, and that is not artificial intelligence. This is being called Apple's intelligence or Apple intelligence. We'll talk about that more later too. It works on the iPhone 15 or newer. So naturally, if you want to take advantage of this, you're going to have to be buying the latest and greatest tech across the board. And this will apply to the iPad, I'm sure, as well. The biggest change will be Siri. It is long overdue. Siri will be able to use her new advanced intelligence, her new Apple advanced intelligence, to be able to do a whole bunch of more things that she could not do previously, as well as probably better and quicker response time with the end user and so on and so forth. Supposedly Siri will also be able to query ChatGPT, which seems a little bit ironic to have an advanced artificial intelligence querying another advanced artificial intelligence. A lot of it will run on the device, but some of it will access the cloud. Now, that's another topic and cause for concern as well. So Apple's stock closed down today about negative 2.5% on all this news coming out. Microsoft, meanwhile, is debuting Copilot AI for their laptops and desktops ahead of their Build conference. There has also been a lot of discussion and privacy concerns revolving around their recently announced recall feature. And if you haven't heard about that, it's a feature to Windows 11 that will supposedly be taking screenshots of your desktop every few seconds and storing it locally on the device. As far as I know, at the moment, it's unencrypted. And even though it can't easily be viewed by perhaps Microsoft, there is some concern stirring around the web right now about third-party softwares being able to view that data and those screenshots. So lots of drama going around that recently, and maybe another video someday on that. Meta, Facebook, is also facing heavy criticism for not allowing users to turn off their AI chatbot. We've also seen this with Snapchat, their forced AI chatbot friend that they've had for over a year now. I'm a little concerned by all the forcing of use of AI systems through these various tech companies. You know, it's one thing when it's optional, but by forcing it, it sure does give me this vibe that naturally they want to build a competitive AI, but to do so, you need a huge amount of data coming from users' conversations, how people talk, what type of queries they're looking for, how people make search requests, and where are they going to get that data? I'm sure that they have avenues to purchasing that data in bulk through various third-party companies, but there's no better source if they're trying to make an AI accustomed to their users than by harvesting the data to make that AI from their users. So when an AI chatbot is unable to be disabled, I'm just a little bit worried of why and what it is that is so crucial about keeping that enabled at all times, right? Like data harvesting is really what comes to mind. So if you use these products, you really should be aware of their privacy policies and just what they're allowing to be shared with third parties and what you're allowing to be shared with them. At this point, it's probably simpler to just have a list of things in their privacy policies that you're not sharing with them, because the list of things that you are sharing is just incredibly long. If you've liked this video so far, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for the support. It means a lot to me. I'm going to link a couple of these companies' privacy policies in my description below, and so you're welcome to check it out. I glanced through a number of them today, and I mean, it's just as concerning as ever as what they're asking for permission to access. Also below, I'm going to have a Gizmodo article that I was looking at regarding Apple's privacy, some issues that they found in there. It's from 2023, so it might be a little bit out of date. Possibly they've even changed their policies around a couple of their key points. But Apple is typically seen as kind of one of these pioneers of like keeping your privacy safe on your device and not storing it in the cloud, and that's not entirely the case. So there's been a number of lawsuits towards Apple that they end up settling on, and does that mean that the policy actually ends up getting changed further down the road? I am not sure about that, and that's never guaranteed. I mean, how many times is it just cheaper to just pay the fine and continue to be on your way and, you know, profit from the benefit of violating the user's privacy all along the way? You know, if they can make $1 billion violating user privacy and every other year they only have to pay a $10 million fine, then so be it. There's no telling what a significantly more advanced piece of software could be doing with the same type of data as what they have access to now. So with Apple's new advanced AI, it's just, these are very interesting times where what type of data is being uploaded to the cloud, what type of data are they storing and is in retention, and what type of data is their AI being trained on. And what happens when there's an accident or the AI starts to hallucinate and provide info on certain people or maybe like groups of people to, you know, through queries by other people. Like, it's just dangerous. I think it's just a little bit of a slippery slope. But until we have an issue, we're all just going to continue down this road kind of blindly and deal with it when it comes across that. So so they called it Apple Intelligence. I think this is just, Apple is pretty late to the scene with their AI, as we've noticed, right? We had OpenAI, we've had Microsoft has had their Bing AI, which I believe uses ChatGPT. I mean, all of them have. You have Meta's AI, you have a number of the browsers like Google, you have Google's AI, and now finally Apple is coming to the scene. And I think that they're just so late to the party that they're invoking this like advertising scheme where they call it Apple Intelligence, so that hopefully going forward, every time you hear the word AI, it's to cause confusion and make you think, oh, they're talking about Apple Intelligence, as if like Apple invented AI to begin with. They're trying to like steal and copyright like the the letters or the acronym AI in a way. It just seems ridiculous. So Apple's Apple Intelligence is soon to come, and we will have to see what all that offers. Nvidia has finished their stock split today. You can now pick up a share of Nvidia at about $120, and it should be shown appropriately on charts. GameStop was on the top losers today again after falling another 15% or so down to the $23, $24 territory. So the shorts are coming back in strong, and potentially the company could still be trying to offload some of those 75 million shares that they introduced last week, though I imagine that they got rid of the vast majority of those additional shares in the price action that we were having last week at those higher levels. Not a lot of earnings to look forward to this week, but I will cover any big movers. The Federal Reserve is having a 2-day meeting over the next 2 days with their interest rate decision coming out on Wednesday. I'm expecting it to remain unchanged, but of course we will just have to see what the Fed does here. So thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for news in the coming days. I will see you later.